Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I will be filling in and subbing today. We will be concluding chapter 13. So when we left off, we were on our love progress report. We are in Sacred Woman by Queen Afua, chapter 13, Sacred Unions. Serve this love progress report to your prospective mate to evaluate his previous condition, which may well very lead you to his present state. This chart, when honestly completed, will give both you and your mate clarity. It offers pictures of what is happening individually and collectively in your union. As a result, it reveals ways to build a healthier union. I'm showing you the chart as previous and present history. Relationship status. Indicate relationship status, mate, husband, intimate friend. Write appropriate title next to the birth name. Date of the union. Dates of union beginning and end. State of consciousness. Indicate your emotional, mental, and physical state during this union. Dietary state. What was your food and drink intake during this period? Feelings. What did you feel for him? What did he feel for you? How would you treat each other? Reflection. If you could, would you go back and pick up the pieces? Yes, no, why? Purpose. What was the divine purpose of this union? Lessons. What lessons, challenges, blessings did you receive from the union? Have you released this relationship? Why or why not? These questions will help you to identify and filter out some poisonous ideals, concepts, and conditions that have influenced your thoughts and attitudes in relationships. Reflections. How do you feel about yourself right now? How do you feel about men, your father, brothers, sons, uncles, male friends, male coworkers? How do you feel about women, your mother, sisters, daughters, aunts, female friends, female coworkers? After going on a 7 to 21 day fast, write about your mate in detail. Do you mirror your own needs and expectations in a mate? If so, then everything is in place. If not, then get busy. Raise your vibrations up to the level of the mate that you're calling forth. According to our ancient Nile Valley ancestors, the perfect union with self, mate, or creator, creatress, was termed Samatwa, union of the double regions. That is masculine and feminine, or left and right brain, heaven, nut, and earth, get. Serve this love progress report to your prospective mate to evaluate her previous condition, which may very well lead up to her present state. This chart will when honestly completed, will give both, again, you and your mate clarity. It offers pictures of what is happening individually and collectively in your union. As a result, it reveals ways to build a healthier union. It's the exact same chart. If you're a woman, give this to your male mate. If you're a male, give this to your female mate. And it goes through the same processes: the relationship status, dates of union, states of consciousness, the dietary status, your feelings, reflection, purpose, and lessons. Grandmother's Basic Four. One day when I was spending a winter in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, on top of Old Mountain Road inside of Scotfree, I was looking out the window at the ocean, feeling bewildered by so many women complaining about their relationships. Then all of a sudden, my grandmother's spirit came through me and left me this message about grandmother's basic four for keeping your man in the home. Honey, stop crying. Come here, sit down, and dry your eyes. Listen, I'm an old woman, been married some 40 odd years. And during those years, I've learned some basic lessons on how to keep a man coming home. I'm going to make it plain. Once you get your man, be it through beauty, intelligence, strength, purity, or all of the above, and you have and you have wedded, use my wisdom for keeping your husband coming home and away from straying. 1. Be sure to feed your husband wholesome meals made with your own hands from your own pots. 2. Be mindful to keep looking attractive. Keep yourself well groomed, especially the feet. Because when a woman is losing her man, you can usually tell by the way she treats her feet. 3. Do not forget to keep the house clean and in order, either with your hands or with a trusted spiritual housekeeper. 4. Be loving to your man, out of bed and in the bed. Give him good Southern or Island or African loving. It's all the same. Good. Furthermore, don't go to bed or fall asleep with bad words between you and your man. Work it out before the sleep sets in. But, grandmother, I asked, what about me? What about you, honey? In order to truly love a man and keep him loving you, you must love yourself. Child, I've said enough, and I'm an old woman, and I'm going to go and get my rest now. Bless you, honey. It's going to be all right. Just you never forget grandmother's basic 4. When a sacred woman weds. At a woman's rites of passage workshop a few years ago, I spoke about traditional African ways of healing through marriage, how problems between a husband and a wife were solved in Africa, and also how a marriage was formed. I told them how the village or family would arrange a marriage and how there was third party intervention too by the elders and family members in both arranging and maintaining the marriage. Afterward, a young woman came up and told me how surprised she was to hear that she had instinctively been using these traditional ways in her life. She said, when my husband and I planned to marry, we had a lot of problems to work out. I spoke about my worries to my cousin. My husband also spoke to her about his concerns. She was able to convey our thoughts, feelings, and worries to each other without strife. She was able to make both of us understand the other's point of view without causing further problems. We were then able to come together in marriage. Later on down the line, my husband and I came to another crossword. The path we chose to follow this time could have destroyed our marriage. At this time, there was another third party intervention. I spoke to a dear elder about my concerns and feelings. She was able to bring those things to my husband's attention in a non threatening way while I listened in. He relayed to her his thoughts and feelings as well. When all was said and done, I felt closer to my husband than I ever had before, and I found a way to love him for his truly divine self. Before the wedding, create a spiritual balance. As we find our balance, our reflections will be healed. You see, there are no bad people. There are only unbalanced beings who, no matter how much they search and experiment, find their relationships usually end in fear, frustration, and pain. Balance within a relationship must begin first with personal balance within each partner. Pray daily that you and the mate that you draw to you will share the same goals and aspirations, that you are both traveling on the same road, so that together you will be going in the same direction. Study each other, take your time, and be guided in spirit. As a woman become more attuned, negative interactions, old hurts, experiences, and conditions drop from drop from our being, flee from our souls, so new possibilities can unfold. Do some form of water healing. For example, take a daily salt or herbal bath. If you live near the sea, and if the weather permits, take a weekly ocean bath. Also, drink a quart of purified water every day. Using water daily, inside and out, will bring about balance, harmony, peace, and inner wisdom. Also, fast for 7 to 21 days. Once you have cleansed, You will be in harmony with your mate and or your mate to be. There are certain foods to avoid. Foods that bring discord to the union. Eating meat makes both men and women overly aggressive, sexist, short tempered, hard to get along with, in an overall state of imbalance. Meditate on this affirmation: I am a balanced being. Both my male and female selves are functioning in harmony within me. I love and am tapped into my strong, firm, expressive male qualities. I love and am tapped into my gentle, patient, creative, nurturing female qualities. I will say this daily until I have fully merged the two aspects of me in total harmony. You will know when you have merged the two within and accomplished the ultimate harmony because you will have excellent communication, love, and peace with your loved one and all the men in your life. As a woman, you represent heaven, the great mother nut. Your man represents earth. Get together when in harmony, you strive for divine balance between heaven and earth. The only way to experience this natural supreme state between man and woman is to first heal yourself from deep within. 7 steps to a healthy relationship. Once your union is sanctified, follow these 7 steps to maintain balance, clarity, and ever flowing love and understanding. Trust in the Most High for guidance in all your relationship. In this way, when it is time, you will be able to give fully and beautifully, like Nefer Atum, the lotus within you, and forgive that you might be forgiven, love that you might be loved, send out compassion that you might receive it in return. 1. Purify the mind, body, and spirit. Be a light and example so that your mate and others you know may be inspired to glow. 2. Respect and support the natural diversity in yourself, in your mate, in your blood and extended family. It's the variety of life that makes a garden beautiful. 3. Think before you speak. Your words can build or destroy. 4. Stay detached. Free your heart of malice, anger, and vengeful ways. Detox your heart so love will flow like a healing balm between you and your mate and others. 5. Remember the lessons you've learned. Strive to use your relationship lessons as a guide toward maintaining a healthy union. 6. Strive to be a source of divine love, nurturing, and compassion. 7. Step onward. Pray for strength and divine direction as you both make decisions on transforming and building your lasting relationship. Before the wedding, create a practical maintenance plan. In traditional societies, the husband was a provider for his wife and children. As a result, he received absolute respect from his woman and children. A man built a home for his woman, provided her with jewelry, cloth, and or sewing supplies, cows, and domestic animals, a source of light, vegetable oil, or animal fats, and canoes, or whatever was needed for transportation. If he was a farmer, he tilled the land. Otherwise, he hunted or herded. The woman, on the other hand, foraged for wild foods and herbs and fuel for cooking and heating. She prepared and served her husband meals. In some cases, she worked the land that he prepared in order to bring to the table vegetables, grains, and fruits. In other cases, she tilled as well. She often helped to build the house and keep it clean, and she wove and sewed most of their clothing. The couple lived within a supported family compound that aided in providing everyone within that family or community what they needed for survival. The family had no choice but to live within their means, unlike today, where we live a charge card existence that create debt and anxiety, which produce stress in the union. Think about it. However, the two of you plan to handle your finances and family responsibilities in this day and age. The business talk must be taken care of before you say I do. Be honest. Establish open communication and trust that your union can handle truth on this very important issue. This will aid in securing the future of your marriage. Below, I suggest several different ways to approach the practical matters of running a home together. Be creative, but make certain you both have a clear idea of what you're going to do and what you both wholeheartedly agree. You might even want to write it down, sign and date it. You could amend your plan as circumstances change, but always communicate clearly with each other and come to a loving agreement. Maintain balance and unity in the home. One way, men take financial care of the home, such as rent or mortgage, leases or deeds, should be in both names and the following: electric bill, gas bill, food bill, phone bill, attire for family members, medical expenses, insurance, transportation, school expenses, part of the child care. They may or may not share in the cost of vacations and Evenings out. Women should take care of keeping the home pure and clean, laundry, preparing natural, unprocessed food in the kitchen healing laboratory, being the husband's personal healer from baths to massages, clay packs, live juices, and herbal tonics, most of the child care. Another way, one pot African concept. Both the man and woman put their money into one account or pot, and the couple maps out a budget that covers all expenses, including vacations, evenings out, gifts, clothing, and so on. They take care of each other equally in the kitchen laboratory, hydrotherapy room, and regeneration chamber, and in caring for their children. Yet another way. Sit down and have meetings until you work out your maintenance plan. Be clear, open, and honest with each other, for sooner or later, the truth of the matter will come out. If it's later, then be prepared for some misgivings and hurt feelings. Stand up for yourself, but also for the union. It can be worked out if your union is to be. Whatever your maintenance plan is for marriage, it must be established up front so that you can best serve each other in a balanced, real way. Put your cards on the table. Breathe deeply. Drink plenty of pure water and pray. Remember, whatever you decide, work it out before you say I do. Wedding bands. When the moment comes to consecrate your sacred union, let even the wedding bands you choose be reflective of your reclaiming your ancient and divine high culture. If you are in doubt about which signs and symbols to choose, look to the oldest African source possible, the Nile Valley. The Studio of Path in New York City provides such wedding bands. See Harriet Cole's African American wedding book, Jumping the Broom. The master craftsman Sin Anuk, who designs such rings, is also a Kemetic high priest. As a Nubian minister who performs wedding ceremonies to invoke the highest and most sacred traditions of the Kemite legacy. Sinner Sin Samaj says, as an African priest, before I consent to perform a cultural ceremony or union, I counsel the couple to cleanse, fast, and purify their body temples. In this way, they will create a perfect union. Loving and serving your mate. Women, be wise when you enter a sacred union. For when we make love with our man, we become all of who and what he is. We women drink his essence into our womb, the entrance to our entire inner world. If he is troubled and in pain, or full of liquor or flesh, or mind altering substances. We become all of who he is through his sacred fluids. So be wise and heal your man, not only for his sake, but especially for your own. The healing work, the love, the joy, the fruits, the vegetables, the peace that you bathe him in is what you will ultimately receive through your womb as his essence moves into your inner world. Inspire, encourage, and nurture your man. Help him cleanse the sickness and disease from his sperm so that it becomes a source of health and wellness. Do not forsake the union. For what you give your mate, you receive back from him. Be patient and persistent. If your man is out of balance, then when you're in the act of making love, your womb becomes filled with gases, toxins, and fluids that come from flesh, grease, devitalized starches, and so on. If your mate is not already on the path to wellness, then gently, lovingly expose him to the new way. Pamper him. Share with him the information necessary to help him make his transition into sacredness. Dr. Yusuf bin Johanan, a well known African historian, said, "Heaven is between a black woman's thighs." If that's the case, then in order to enter heaven, our men must first be purified. No flesh, no liquor, no drugs, no dead foods, and no dead thoughts may enter the sacred portals of my womb. Note, in this day and age, an extreme in this day and age of extreme toxicity, for safe sex, men must wear a condom to make love. But the moment of truth arrives when you desire to conceive a child. Then it's off with the condom. This is when you got to come clean. Sacred women, regenerate your mate in 21 days. After you, as a sacred woman, purify yourself, you are in a place to give guidance to your mate. The better you feel, the more you have a desire to share. The next step is to begin taking your man through a 21-day cleansing and rejuvenation regimen for wellness in his body, mind, and spirit. In order for a man to become healthy with a clean, clear prostate, he must first get rid of that large stomach area. A colon wellness program is good for starters. Have your man use the Heal Thyself 7-day, 7-step colon wellness kit. He will feel more vibrant, more energetic, and younger as a result. By the time you finish loving up your man over the next 21 days, he will be like a fireball of light. His love and respect for you will have come forth in a big way, for you acted as his healer, lover, and tender supporter. As you lift him up in the spirit of love, he will do the same and more for you. During these 21 days, abstain from sexual intercourse to conserve power, but do not abstain from lovemaking. Lovemaking is about caring through holding, touching, kissing, and snuggling up, the physical contact that is needed to strengthen love. During these 21 days of preparation, love energy is building, healing, and empowering itself. Activate this love making on the new moon for new beginnings and a new union. If you come together on a full moon, the orgasm of love and beauty might put you out for a week. So be mindful of your level of heightened sensitivity. Meditation. Love me, my king. Please love me good. Your sperm has to be organic for me, made from pure foods and pure thoughts. So graciously, for I rely on the Most High that dwells in you to feed me pure light. So true, so true. Your sacred nectar, when injected into me, reaches my heart, my blood, my brain, and my veins. I am Earth Mother and Nut, Cosmic Queen. I need nectar that has been charged supreme with the green life of kale, sprouts, beets, and turnip greens. No flesh, no grease to enter me, no milk, no cheese to rest in me. No mental poison, greed, or pain, just love, my darling, should remain. In my palace of beauty, my quarters of bliss, shower your waters of power and purity, for I ingest what you give me and give it back effortlessly. When sperm is pure and charged with light, each cell, each nerve shall then ignite. As cycles come and come and come, I feed you my sweet nectar of melons and berries, pears and plums. Pure male nectar leaves me tumor free if I also take good care of me. Love me, my beloved king, love me good, so I can be who I am, the divine earth mother and nut cosmic queen. Heal a man, heal a woman. A divine sister came to me with a tumor the size of a grapefruit, but there was nothing in her diet that would create it. She'd been a vegetarian for 20 years. She didn't eat any dairy or ice cream. She laughs a lot, and it is very creative. So I asked, "What is the state of your mate?" She said, "He's so wonderful, but he eats everything." "Do you wear protection?" I asked. "No," she said. "We've been together for some years. I don't even want to talk about what he eats, but he eats steak, he eats fried chicken. He has a little he has a little beer on occasion. What her man is doing is injecting her the essence of his meals into her womb. He's helping to grow her tumor. He would grow a tumor, excuse me. We don't grow a tumor by ourselves, but we do participate in allowing it to grow. So, what this sister must do is to take her womb knowledge and share it with her man, however, she does it. She can pamper him into healing. She can give him juices such as fresh apple and pear juices because the sweetness actually makes men want to heal in the goodness. And she can prepare healing baths for him and introduce him to some of the food alternatives. She can work with him that way if she so chooses, or he can wear protection. But if he's consuming those foods, he might be imposing his aura on her, even if he wears protection. She may stink of his aura. If you're very sensitive, you're vulnerable to the vibes of someone close to you. When they hug you, you can feel the pain that comes from all those chickens or cows that were slaughtered to feed him. Forget about cows grazing in the grass. They're not doing it anymore. They're being shot up with hormones and antibiotics until they're all very sick, and we ingest that. Even if we cleanse ourselves, our mates are going to poison us if they're not doing any cleansing. And if they cleanse and we don't, when they go into our wombs, they will develop tumors and cysts and discharges, along with some rage and anger. So we're all responsible for each other. Carry me on the wings of air ritual. Women, every now and again, when you and your mate are in bed, particularly during the full moon, you should climb up on your king's man's back. Sink your body into his. Sink your trust into his. Sink your beauty into his. Sink your needs into his. You will come up more balanced and in tune and powerful. He will know after this ritual that the bond of love and your pure love for him will bring all of his strengths forth. Size does not matter. Your man's test has got to be that he can take the weight of your love. He will and must come forth and carry you on wings of air. As you breathe in, he breathes out. With the harmony of his breath, life, his back will melt and you will mold yourself into his being. This process harmonizes heaven and earth within and without. Breathe until there is complete stillness and complete oneness. This love ritual will help you avoid fights and enhance love and truth within your union. Whenever your union is disturbed, climb up on his back as you both humble yourselves, fly on wings of air, and invite a profound peace to come upon you both. To further the love ritual, do the following. 1. Drink 8 to 16 ounces of fresh apple or pear juice for gentle detoxification to create a sweet spirit. 2. Take a bath together in total silence. A talk fast. Massage his back, then have him massage your back using olive or almond oil. Massage up the sides of the spine and neck to increase inner peace and soothe the nerve. The Sacred Man, a brother to brother. Response to No More Lovers. Beloved brothers, prepare yourself to deal with a new order. The chant, No More Lovers, if you please, is ringing throughout the Nubian nation. Sisters are tired of being receptacles for brothers who just want to masturbate into warm flesh. Our women are heeding the heal thyself call, liberation through purification. They refuse to be held captive by keepers of toxic sperm. You cannot possibly be a lover of your mate if you have no intention of matching her cleansing for cleansing, healing for healing. Brother King Man, we are going to have to seriously examine our ideas about loving relationship. Can we be lovers without commitment, without assuming responsibility for the living results of our loving? Where do we learn to be lovers? Have we become cloned amateurs of scenes in Hollywood movies? This would appear to be the case. To correct this, we must go back and get the ancient paradigm of our Nubian ancestors. Their word for love was and is amir or myrrh, the origin of amor. It is spelled with a plow or a canal. The plow, a male symbol, is the tool used for cultivation of the soil. Tilling the soil was and still is the most natural thing for a farmer to do. Cultivation of the soil by plowing, sowing, and harvesting is the beginning of culture. Our ancient Nubian existence was based upon Amor, myrrh. The canal, a female symbol, channeled the flow of precious water to irrigate the thirsting fields. A relationship is based upon sowing positive seeds to ensure a positive harvest. A relationship requires the proper channeling of emotions in order to be successful. 12-point action plan for men with sacred women in their lives. Men, how do you respond when your partner embarks on the sacred woman pathway and you suddenly discover there is this illuminating, brilliant light, joy supreme, strength and wellness, security and serenity emanating from the woman in your life? She's different. She's better. Your life through her is changing around you. It's good, but it can be a little overwhelming. What do you do? How do you cope with this beautiful but challenging reflection? There's no way out. It's time for you to empower yourself by becoming a sacred man. To help you through this process, I offer you 12 points of actions for meeting your sacred woman face to face and heart to heart. 1. Purify your body. Simple. Meditate, fast, pray, and eat sacred foods. Fresh fruits and vegetables, herbs, and purified water. Take salt or herbal baths. Use the book Heal Thyself by Queen Afua as your definite how to guide for reclaiming and maintaining your new beginning, your new healing self, and your Nubian being. 2. Reclaim your ancestral heritage. Study your history, particularly the Nubian legacy of Assur and Hur. Identify your purpose for being. 3. Start really talking with your mate. We've overdone the strong, silent type thing. This human ear is a feminine instrument. Harsh sounds and coarse speech are a no no. Never, never, ever think of striking your woman. Walk away if necessary. 4. Dress and adorn yourself with the grace and dignity of designs based upon African culture. Stop being clones of European men. Remember, the suit and tie may be the perfect infiltration garments for moving up in the world of corporate sharks, but of on your time off, don the elegant, kingly robes of your African culture. Bring color to your community. Our children need color. Enough of the blue jean drabness. 5. Practice sexual hygiene to the max. Funk is good in music, but sexual funk is a turnoff. Remember, a sacred man does not eat dead flesh. It is these foods that cause unpleasant odors in the private parts of men and women. Your woman's vagina is the entrance of the holy of holies. Enter this gateway to paradise with a clean mind, heart, and organ. 6. Exercise. Do your crunches. A pot belly has no place on the body of a sacred man. A pot belly is a storehouse of pollution and putrefaction. It will ruin your prostate gland and contribute to toxic sperm. 7. Set up your own altar of sacredness. Place upon it your sacred woman's picture and those of your children. Speak to them from your heart and spirit. Trust the ears of the invisible. Don't fail to invoke the feminine aspect of the divine African culture. Teaches us of a mother, father, creator, creatress. 8. Treat each of the children of your union with the same respect and love. Our relationships are being torn apart by men who molest their daughters and stepdaughters. This is a sure way to ruin a woman for life. She will carry the scars into her adult life, and it will affect the way she deals with her future husband. Don't contribute to this tragic and vicious cycle. 9. Establish your mentors. Sit with the elders, men. Learn from their wisdom and from their errors. Do pass on to them in a respectful way the lessons you've learned in sacredness. Heal the relationship with your own mother. Remember your mother's and her mother's birthdays. 10. Discover, nurture, and relate to the woman within you. Until you do this, you will never be able to nurture and relate to the woman outside of you, who is your mate. Keep a journal and try dialoguing with your inner feminine energy. Feel her in action when you bring your mate gifts and flowers, and when you touch your mate's hair as you pass her chair. Little things mean a lot. 11. Most of all, trust your sacred woman. She is the most trustful. She is the most trustworthy of all women because she cannot just be laid. She does not sleep around. No man can touch her unless he is cleansed. So there is no need to be afraid or jealous if she is friendly with other men in her life. She does not mix essences because she has a natural, live food lifestyle. She is not hot all the time. A sacred woman will help you to save your seed. She is not oversexed because she has restored her natural balance. Match her as you support your dual resurrection as a couple of pure light and healing. 12. When your mate sees fit to accept her natural hair and stop using the hot comb and chemicals that have been killing her, don't be turned off. Let's end the schizoid behavior. Rejoice, for you no longer have split loyalties. She has taken back her natural crown. Give thanks and praise. Speech of the seed. To those struggling, b-boys rhyming inner city rap, curse not our women. Their wombs don't attack. They're our sisters, our mothers, not bitches, not hoes. In their precious bodies, our nation grows. They are the queens of Nubian resurrection. So check this out, a new direction. Respect your first home, the womb of your mama. Bring women no insults, no curse, no trauma. No acid sperm, no seed hooked on crack. No 40-ounce highs, no dead foods. No violence, no anger, no pain. The ancients are watching as our lives we reclaim. To the sisters, oh, how you dance. Womb, you dance. I salute you. Let us celebrate the joy of a freedom reclaimed. You, womb. First nest of the egg of creation. Comedic black source of all human life. You, womb. Stir my seed to dance with your egg in your primordial waters of none. Oh, how you dance, womb, with living seed. To the brothers, man your life stations. Let us cleanse our seed. No negative thoughts, no toxic food, no adverse actions. Dance, seed. Dance in the living womb. The kind of seeds we sow can make or break our rising nations. No seed comes forth unless it lifts our station and brings glory and healing to all our relations. Speak, seed, speak. Deliver to us the saviors of our race. Living seeds need living food. Herbs to make sperm, seeds stern and strong. In the womb of heaven where we dance, living seed in a living womb. This is the new order. This is the new day. Be cleansed, be purified. It's the only way. Let's dance. Let's celebrate. Advice to husbands from elders of commit. If you are wise and seek to make your household stable, love your wife fully and righteously. Give her food, clothes, and oil for her body, and make her happy as long as you live. For she is of great value to you. Her husband, be not brutal to her. Kindness and consideration will influence her better than force. Pay attention to what she wishes, aims at, and regards highly. Then she will remain with you. Open your arms to her, call her, and show her your love. Affirmation for a sacred woman to her king. As a sacred woman, I am ever striving to restruct and exalt the divinity of my mate and counterpart. I recognize that my inner balance must manifest externally in my relationship with my man. If the true potential of the higher self is to be made known to me, love is like water, and you are like a plant. Are you thirsty? Then I will let my love flow like the river upon you. Come and receive this love. Let me pour it all over you, ever so gently as I watch us grow. I must not be thirsty, for I can love you only when my own source is full. The extent to which I radiate and contain love is the extent to which I draw love from you, with you, King Man. I share in love fiercely, knowing you'll give it right back to me. I can forgive you only when I forgive me. I can nurture you only when I first nurture myself. By loving myself unconditionally, I have the capacity to love you the same way. Ever since I've healed naturally into a sacred woman, I've grown so vast and so potent, so fierce and so powerful that I can lift you up and put you back together again. I can do for you what Ast, the great mother, and Nebuchadnezzar, the lady of the house, did for Asur, the resurrection. In ancient times, in Kemet, so that the nation could continue to be. Yes, I, a sacred woman, have the capacity to love, heal, and support you, King Man. Hey, Trey. In more than 1,000 ways, it's something I do naturally. Reawaking your man's died, his organ of regeneration. When a man's rod has failed, the woman is supposed to go out and pull the leaves off the vines from the fields and make a tea. And brother, his standing rod should be ready and hot in a couple of days. Dr. John E. Moore, Master Elder and Master Herbalist. The penis or dijad, the Kemetic term for both penis and stability is an extension of a man's entire body. Once you inspire your man to eat natural, unprocessed foods, his whole body will reawaken. A flesh diet, cigarette smoking, alcohol, and drugs of any kind are the quickest way to destroy the organic long life of your man's penis. The same toxic blood due to wrong eating that flows through his heart and lungs flows into his penis as well. And so he is weak, limp, and able to get an erection. He is sexually congested and impotent. Diligently help your man detoxify to cleanse and rejuvenate all the systems of his body. The state of your man's dijat is a direct reflection of how he's living his life. Reverse this process of death by adopting a natural living lifestyle. Women more easily take to a natural living lifestyle for body, mind, and spirit wellness because they are eager to heal themselves. Most men I found are not inclined to change old habits to improve their health. Brother Bay, a well-known natural living practitioner and owner of the Health and Happiness Institute in Washington, D.C., says most men are not going to change their diet or improve their health unless it is for their sexual powers and virility. That's sad, but so be it. That's why I'm approaching this issue of detoxing our men through the body organ that matters the most to them. Once your man is convinced that his sexual performance can be improved through a taste of good, healthy living and the many blessings that it brings, he will be encouraged to go deeper into the natural lifestyle. Awaken your king man into natural living. For this is just the beginning. Self healing must take place by any means necessary to prevent cancer of the prostate, according to the American Cancer Society. Black Africans have the highest prostate cancer rate in the world. Over the past 25 years, the incidence in Black men has doubled. The rate of prostate cancer is about 37% higher in African American men than in whites, and they are more likely to develop the illness at an earlier age. More than 6,000 Black men die each year from prostate cancer, a rate that is rising, a shocking reminder that Black men are practically a high risk of tumors of a gland that most Black men know little about. Unfortunately, prostate cancer treatment does, in some cases, cause loss of bladder control and impotence, the inability to obtain an erection. The good news, however, is that most men regain full bladder control within several weeks or months of the operation. Operations performed at advanced medical centers frequently bypass crucial sexual areas, making it possible for men to regain their potency. Men can now give themselves erections with injections or opt for prosthetics, prosthetics or implanted pumps. It's best, wisest, and easiest for men just to live naturally. The following directions, if heeded, can create a robust, healthy man. For a healthy prostate, have your sacred man drink an herbal tonic, combine salt, palmetto, dandelion, alfalfa, burdock. Use tablespoons of each herb. Use 3 teaspoons of each herb to 3 cups of boiled water and steep overnight. Give him green vegetable juices twice a day. Eliminate dead foods from your diet. Your man must do squats daily to open his center. He must also drain and rejuvenate his whole body by putting his legs up at a 45-degree angle, or for the advanced man, by performing a shoulder stand or headstand. Abstain from physical lovemaking for at least 3 weeks, but be very loving toward each other to build up deep inner power and strength. During abstinence, direct sexual energies to activities such as bike riding, speed walking, African dancing, or swimming. When lovemaking is permitted again, anoint yourself and your mate with essence of honeysuckle and sandalwood, or use patchouli to fully awaken his mental desire. The ideal goal for the sacred man to experience internal ejaculation at the point of climax. This means retaining his seed, sperm, and redirecting his sacred fluids to his own crown, his chakra. This is accomplished through breathing and meditation and can only be achieved through much practice and discipline. The benefits reaped include, first of all, natural birth control. It also strengthens the man, giving him longevity and helps prevent premature graying of the hair. For superior wellness of the jihad, if your man is advanced in his cleansing or would like to be, then it is best to prepare with natural living for 7 to 21 days, then proceed to a 21-day nutritional fasting program with 2 vegetable juices, 1 fruit juice, all fresh, herb teas, and at least 2 to 3 quarts of purified water daily before bed. Take an enema or herbal laxatives for 21 days of fasting as needed. Investigate other natural, other nature cures that will aid in eliminating impotency, cancer of the prostate, and infertility. He should go on a meatless diet or with as little meat as possible. For optimal wellness, use meat substitutes such as beans, peas, lentils, nuts, and seeds. If you still feel the need to eat flesh, eat steamed fish, no shellfish, not more than twice a week. Give him green supplements, 1 to 2 tablespoons, 3 times a day. Spirulina, wheatgrass, or Heal Thyself Green Life formula with fresh juices. Have him drink unsweetened cranberry juice. Combine 8 ounces of juice with 8 ounces of water. Mix beet juice with all the other green vegetables juices you're giving him. Half and half. Omit if he has high blood pressure. Aloe vera drink. Scrape 3 tablespoons of fresh aloe vera gel from the plant and blend it with 8 ounces of plain purified water. You can also add juice of 1 lime. Gently massage your man's dijad for 5 to 10 minutes, massaging upward toward the heart to improve circulation. Commit to a weekly 1 to 2 day juice fast, 2 vegetable juices, and 1 fresh fruit. Juice daily, as well as the herbal tonic with male health improving herbs. See the recipe in the first entry on this list. And a quart of purified water. Have him drink organic apple cider vinegar, 3 tablespoons and 4 to 8 ounces of warm water, 1 or 2 times a day to break up congestion throughout the body. Have him drink this before bedtime. Tell him not to become frightened if a lot of mucus drains out the next morning. It really is a wonderful cleanser. Air breathe the penis a sun air bathe the penis. A sunbath in the early morning or late afternoon is superior for regeneration of the dijah. Note, to be to being to begin to see results, follow these steps for a minimum of 3 weeks. Setting up an altar of spiritual awakening for the dijah. Awakened men or sacred woman, set up an altar space on behalf of your own or your mate's sexual spiritual regeneration in the regeneration chamber, your bedroom. In the center of the altar, you may place a hand-sized tikin. The tikin is the symbol of the African man's penis, and it represents regeneration and power. Tekins were created in the Nile Valley in, in ancient Kemet. Foreigners came to our land and stole them. To rebuild your man's dijah, once the tekin is set up, place flowers around it. and rub sweet oils on it, such as rose, jasmine, and particularly musk, a man's oil. Also on the altar, light a white candle for balance between your two spirits, and light a red candle for physical oneness and power. Place a bowl of water on the altar and a bowl of Sao Paulo berries, an herb for the healing and rejuvenation of the Dijak. Place a picture of your mate on the altar. Write out your prayer for him in pencil on plain paper. Then place the prayer request under the white candle or under the tekken. Encourage your mate to eat, drink, and think pure as he empties out all his hostility and rage into his sacred salt and herb baths. In this way, he will once again become powerful and viral and be able to bring forth strong, spiritual, loving offspring. In the myth of Ast and Asur, the jealous Seth slew his brother. Asur dismembered the body into 14 pieces and cast them into the Nile. When Ast discovered this treacherous deed, she was overwhelmed with grief. Determined to resurrect her beloved husband and bear a sacred child, Ast and her sister Nebhet searched the river until they had found and reassembled all the body parts but one, the Dijad of Asur, but had been the Dijad of Asur had been consumed by a huge fish. Os created a new penis of gold and cedar wood for her beloved. Then she began to dance around the body, dancing and singing and chanting prayers and magical incantations, faster and more passionately until her arms became vast wings. Os hovered over Asur and breathed life back into his body as his Dijat rose. Os made sacred love to her beloved one last time and became impregnated with his seed. She conceived the sacred child Haru, Horus, the beautiful hawk-headed god of light. For years after the birth of Haru, Os and Nebahet traveled the dusty roads of Egypt, teaching the arts of weaving, agriculture, and healing, and establishing temples for the worship of Asur. In the sacred precinct of each temple, Os caused the Dijat of Asur to be created as a token and placed it upon the altar as the symbol of regeneration and rebirth. This is the legendary origin of worship of the sacred Dijat and why we place the tekken on the altar of a sacred man. Holistic lovemaking is all about creation. Holistic lovemaking comes to us from ancient Kemet when As conceived the sacred child Haru or Horus by regenerating the Dijat of her beloved Asur. The sacred woman of today uses her kitchen healing laboratory to restore herself and her mate, recreating the spiritual gold inherent in his organ of regeneration. This consciousness creates and enhances dynamic, holistic lovemaking. In turn, holistic lovemaking creates a healthy future for the sacred child of this union. Come into the world in a state of peace, harmony, and balance. So many of our children now are violent and angry. We must check the state we are in before and during conception so that we bring no more diseased and imbalanced children into the world. My work and research on holistic lovemaking was inspired by three important issues. One, I found it important for us to balance every part of ourselves in order to live to the fullest. Two, future generations are at stake. Three, too often TV and films present intercourse as violent and negative and not as lovemaking at all. Holistic lovemaking is the answer for total fulfillment and for peace between a man and a woman. Holistic loving represents the restoration of the new man and the new woman. Let me go. Of the new man and the new woman. Holistic lovemaking can be led to the creation of a divine baby, but it can also lead to the creation of love, peace, an ideal, or a whole new world. Holistic lovemaking brings a harmonious oneness within the union. It is an embrace of body, mind, spirit, and beauty. This level of lovemaking cannot be experienced if you don't have a committed union. That level of trust and love allows you to be open, to express and exchange, to love freely and unharmed. A healthy union brings about false ideals and false reflections. A healthy union is able to create spiritual oneness, inner peace, joy, and rejuvenation. There are also certain love positions, along with breathing techniques, that can heal the body from disease. Read Sexual Secrets, The Alchemy of Ecstasy by Nick Douglas and Penny Slinger. Holistic lovers unblock energy, tension, and stress in preparation for the full love embrace. The couple should take a salt and herbal bath, massage each other, and drink rejuvenating herbal tonics as well as live vegetable or fruit juices in order to be in proper living to be in the proper living meditative state. This way, you don't come to the love exchange with devitalized fluids in your body, tensions, only to release stress and anxiety into and throughout your partner. In holistic loving, one's orgasm is not localized. It works freely and intensely throughout the body. If you cleanse through a healthy diet, exercise, and prayer, you will experience a total body orgasm that will be felt in your back, neck, head, and face. All parts of you will receive this positive love healing exchange. Show you the chart. This is the Heal Thyself Holistic Love Making chart. The results for her, it gives you holistic tools as well as the results for him. The next generation, an end to violence on earth. Holistic lovemaking creates healthy parenting and a healthy future. Babies that are born of parents who make love under these conditions have a greater opportunity to be disease free in body, mind, and spirit. Sacred woman exercise to stimulate the delightful, divine loving with your sacred mate. Squats, shoulder stands, resting with legs at 45-degree angle or on a slant board. Fire breaths, rapid breathing, 100 to 500 breaths. The cat asana in hatha yoga, African dancing, belly dancing, tightening and releasing vaginal muscles with tantric eggs 10 to 15 minutes per day. Sexual orgasm intensified for regeneration with your soulmate. The way to a true orgasm that is pure bliss comes from a pure diet. Mind altering herbs alone create only temporary bliss. Herbs with aphrodisiac qualities. Damiana. Damiana, a saw palmetto, and saw palmetto berries are very effective for improving and strengthening the male reproductive organs and for nerves. Avoid large doses and excessive use. Passion flower is an old island favorite. Spearmint or peppermint are cures for frigidity in both sexes. Echinacea stimulates sexual activity and has echinacea stimulates sexual activity and has anesthesic as well as immune stimulating properties. Pure vanilla extract. Stay away from vanilla if you are trying to be celibate. It's famous for its aphrodisiac properties. Fire foods to stimulate passion in your mate. Cayenne, ginger, red apples, cherries, beets, strawberries, raspberries, red or purple grapes, watermelon, and garlic. How to dress for the rejuvenation chamber, your bedroom. Waist beads, Ankle bracelets, neck bracelets, manicure and pedicure, clear or colored polish, silk wraparound garment, dimmed lights, drop of rose water or essential oil in a light bulb ring, incense. More ways to keep your union beautiful and loving. For women, don't just assume a man knows what you want. Teach him gently. Demonstrate or guide him to what your needs are. Usually, a man needs and wants you to show him. It's easier on the union if he's not always required to read your mind or to know your feelings. Pamper him, serve him, and massage him. Encourage him to do the same for you by giving him gifts of flowers, fruits, candles, and books for consciousness rising. Allow your mate to advise you on how that helps to encourage his manhood and his leadership qualities, even if it's not always needed. Always keep yourself beautiful in body and in spirit. Keep developing your separate gifts as a unique person to ensure growth and excitement in the union. Have as many meals together as possible. Eat only natural, wholesome foods. Travel together. Take many trips together, even if it's once a week for a simple walk in the park. Go out together. Someone that's very special to you both, 1 to 4 times a month. Take evening walks together. Sit on the porch at night. Lie on the grass together during the day. Keep in shape. Exercise vigorously together whenever possible. Dress to impress each other. Be sure to dress beautifully around the house and in bed. Never allow yourself to fall into a rut because you now have each other. Speak words of love and appreciation often to keep the fires burning within your secret union. Speak words of sweetness and use honey eyed tones and endearment to him. Get away from the television. Constant TV viewing is the quickest way to eat away at the beauty and creativity of your union. Don't argue. Always discuss issues in tones of peace so you can both remain clear enough to work out any and every challenge. Women, please be wary of the bobbing of your head, the hand on the hip, the pointing finger, the arched back. Instead of this behavior, which is both unnecessary and the opposite of sacred, breathe deeply several times. Be prayerful. Be confident that you can calmly talk it out because you got the power. The quickest way to end a war and begin the love dance is to perform the talking it out ritual. See below. Sacred man, now that you feel empowered, show your mate that you care. Give her a clay facial. Warn her an herbal seaweed bath. Massage her from head to toe. Give her fresh juice and fruits in bed Saturday or Sunday morning. Read poetry to her. Dance for her. Have fun. Take her to an interesting place a few times a month to keep the fires of interest and passion burning. Men, real men, balanced men, sacred men, under no circumstances ever lay your hands in a negative or destructive manner on their women. Never. A loving touch is most effective in helping to resolve conflict. This book is not for women only. If a man is aware of this knowledge, he becomes sought after, for he knows how to care for and love a woman. All women desire a man who is caring, sensitive, and loving. When a man shares with and serves his mate, he balances out and serves feminine energy in a powerful way. If after much time and care you determine how much he is unable to serve you as you serve him, then he is simply not the mate for you. Rethink your life, purify, and try again. Know that with every round of cleansing, you go higher and higher on the path of purification. If you have children together, try not to separate. Instead, do a 21-day fast and see what miracles fasting will bring. Talking it out ritual. If you and your mate must discuss some concerns, first take a silent bath together in 2 to 4 tablespoons of Epsom salts or 1 pound of dead sea salts in hot water. Add a few drops of rose water or pink rose petals and bubble bath in the bath water. Soak for 20 minutes and then pour more hot water into the tub and over your heads, faces, backs before speaking. When your bath is done, you will find that all is well and you emerge from the tub. As you emerge from the tub, now take a warm shower together and gently come out of the tub. Gently towel dry each other. The next step is to massage each other's feet. It is important that the one receiving the massage is sitting up in a chair and the masseuse is sitting on a low stool. Massager or masseuse, place a towel in your lap and then massage your mate's feet one at a time with natural earth oils, such as olive or almond oil, or simply lie flat on the bed to receive your foot massage. The entire ritual is done in silence. Allow your eyes, hands, and heart to speak for you. This is a sacred dance between man and woman, which increases your level of sanity, love, and bliss. If your mate is not advanced sufficiently due to anger or resentment or fear, then you be the one to set him or her free and give love effortlessly. Watch and see. In due time, there will be reciprocity. For advanced couples of this divine way, here is a ritual that is done occasionally when you need help from the heavenly mediator. Dress your king, dress your queen. Humble yourself to each other from humble yourself to each other from head to toe, from brushing the hair to oiling the skin, from putting undergarments on to wrapping her skirt, buttoning his shirt, putting on socks, and pulling up stockings in total love and care. This absolute service will stop all internal wars. Now, if you need to speak, your words will be spoken in pure harmony. Sacred Union, 7-day transformative work. The most important relationship on earth is your relationship with your inner self and the intermarriage between your masculine and feminine energies. The extent to which you heal yourself and come to union within is the extent to which you will be able to heal all your external relationships. As you learn to focus less on the outer world and enter your inner environment, the world around you will improve, establishing a strong foundation of love, honor, and compassion for all aspects of your inner sacred self. Will also help you establish a strong, intimate relationship with your life partner. Extend your use of the Love Progress Report charts in Sacred Union and extend it to include evaluate and heal all your relationships that need strengthening, change, or release. Write down the 10 most important qualities you want to manifest in intimate relationships in order to create union and life of divine right order. Examine your past for intimate unions and reflect on the presence or absence of these qualities. Identify your sacred unions from your past that need spiritual purification. As you do your altar work, place symbols of these unions on your altar and practice the art of forgiveness of self and others so that you spiritually cleanse your heart and all disharmonious disharmonious conditions. If you are not yet ready to forgive, still place the symbols of these intimate relationships on your altar and let Asar and As begin to soften your feelings of resentment, judgment, and anger. Don't be erratic and jump into new relationships without cleansing out the old toxic habits that created your previous poisonous unions. Perform purification rites and activate them regularly through fasting, eating natural foods, taking enemas and colonics, and spiritual baths. Journal work, prayer work, affirmation, and purification of your environment at home and work. Perform 7-day prayer, altar work for sacred union. Place an image of the mother or father or an inspiring love couple on your altar in a beautiful frame. Write the creatress and your partner a love language, a love letter about your understanding of their union and your gratitude for the union that created your life. Read this out loud every new moon. Explore the nature of your parents' union honestly. What was positive in their intimate relationship? What was negative? What needs to be purified? What needs to be healed? What energetic inheritance have you carried from their union into your intimate relationships? Even if you don't feel the words at the time, once you come to grips with the foundational relationship in your life, that of your parents, the letter will heal your heart. By healing the roots of this union, all other unions in your life will be healed and will prosper and give you Hotep. List all of your past intimate relationships from your first childhood crush forward to the present. As you list each relationship, identify the core themes of the union. For example, this is what I brought to the relationship. This is what my partner brought. This is what we created together. This union report will begin to reveal your deeper patterns of relating. As you identify core themes, reflect on the energies you and your partner gave birth to throughout your union. Within the next 7 days, write a love letter, a thank you letter, or a letter of forgiveness to all those in your life whom you need to relate to so that you can help create more wholesome encounters. If the person has died or has vanished out of your life, then write a letter and burn it with a little sage to begin to release the vibratory pain or stagnant energies of your past. During your morning meditation and prayers, send love, light, and forgiveness to those you're sending letters to or to those who are on your intimate relationship list. Self worth, self love must be in place within you in order to establish any divine relationship. It's not about your relationship with him or her, it's about your relationship with self. As the guardian of sacred union, teaches us that loving union with self is the foundation for all other unions in our life. As you do your journal work, ask yourself what it would take to establish a healthy union with self. Place a family tree on your altar that diagrams the sacred unions, the marriages of body, mind, and spirit in your immediate and extended family. Meditate on these sacred ancestral unions and ask for guidance and inner light. Daily at sunrise, you and your mate should come together to perform and share your journal work to support one another in focusing on the work of strengthening and unfolding sacred union. Therefore, to maintain the union at a high level, commit to performing this spiritual work weekly. Vow not to get too busy in the world that you forget the importance of creating sacred union on a regular basis so you both may be fulfilled. My sacred union end of the week commitment. I commit myself to establishing and continuing the wisdom of Asat and the power of sacred union in all the areas of my life. And then you guys will sign and date. So I just want to say thank you for allowing me to jump in and finish out this chapter. Remember, get the book, get the book, get the book. Also, there is a very powerful journal, the Sacred Woman Journal. So as you take this journey, use the journal in connection with this and give full effort in all that you do.